This is the persecution of the person that's leading by very, very substantial numbers.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Donald Trump and his lawyer reacting to the third indictment. Now, I've said it before on the channel. This whole thing is a dog and pony show at best. When I say they, I mean the political establishment, people on the left, sometimes the right. They're trying to keep Trump out of the way so he does not become the GOP's presumptive nominee, which they can't really stop that. But since he is going to be the guy and he is leading everybody, including Joe Biden, from what I'm able to see, they're trying to just muddy the waters. They're trying to keep him in court, maybe even get him locked up. They're trying to do whatever they can to not have President Trump become president again. Okay, which is why this whole thing about voter fraud to me doesn't make any sense, because if it was that simple to just rig the election, why not just do that rather than doing this? But that's a different story, and I digress. So Trump reacted to this most recent indictment, and I'm going to play that right now. And of course, this will be available in the description box. If you're on IG, visit a link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Well, thank you very much. This is a very sad day for America. And it was also very sad driving through Washington, D.C. and seeing the filth and the decay and all of the broken buildings and walls and the graffiti. This is not the place that I left. It's a very sad thing to see it. When you look at what's happening, this is a persecution of a political opponent. This was never supposed to happen in America. This is the persecution of the person that's leading by very, very substantial numbers in the Republican primary and leading Biden by a lot. So if you can't beat him, you persecute him or you prosecute him. We can't let this happen in America. Thank you very much.
Do you want these trials to happen?
So those were the comments right there that Trump gave. Now we're going to hear from Trump's lawyer, or one of his lawyers.
The fact that I am standing...
Well, she's considered his legal spokesperson. Her name is Alina Habba.
Here for the third time in 5 months is not a coincidence. This is the Biden political lawfare that we have seen time and time again. It is a deflection from everything that they have done. And if you don't believe me, look at the facts. This is not a coincidence. This is election interference at its finest against the leading candidate right now for president.
And one thing that Trump said, and if I could find it, maybe I'll place it on the screen, definitely in the box. But one thing that he said, I think over on Truth Social, was, hey, let me get that fourth indictment to really seal the deal on my nomination. Because every single time they indict the president, this is the third time. The first time for the classified documents. Well, the first time was for Stormy Daniels in New York, Alvin Bragg. Second time, classified documents. Now they're talking about, what is this one about? They're talking about, January 6th. And the fourth one could be because of some election interference allegations down there in Fulton County, Georgia. With every single indictment, he gains in popularity because the American people understand that this is just a big game to try and keep Trump out of office in 2024. But let's continue.
For either party, President Trump is under siege in a way that we have never seen before. President Trump and his legal team and everyone on his team will continue to fight, not for him, but for the American people. I think that every court needs to look at this as a whole, right? It's not about the January 6th case. It's about the fact that in the matter of a couple months, we have seen them try and tie up, and me as an attorney, I've never seen this, tie up one individual who's running a campaign, running for office for president, so that he is in court, in depositions, and distracted, so that he won't properly run for 2024. And frankly, it's not going to work. The truth is, as an American, there were questions that he had regarding the election integrity. We've seen documents come out, we've seen documentaries come out showing that there were issues with the election. And frankly, by bringing this, I don't think Jack Smith really thought it through. There only has to be proof that, number one, President Trump believed that this election was not completely honest. And number two, Jack Smith has opened himself up to a can of worms that we can now look at and really examine.
Now, Jack Smith is a special counsel who has brought to two of the three indictments against Trump. The first one was classified documents that Jack Smith brought. The second one is January 6th. Now, as it relates to January 6th, I don't know how they're going to go forward because he was already impeached over January 6th back when it happened in 2021 on the final days of his presidency. And I think they actually impeached him after the presidency was over. If I'm right or wrong, let me know in the comments. But he already beat that impeachment, but now they're trying to charge him again. I mean, I'm not sure how it's not double jeopardy because impeachment is a trial. Maybe it's not a criminal trial, so they can just do it that way. I don't really know, but regardless of what, he already beat the impeachment. So how are they going to get him locked up on this? They probably are not. As I said from the beginning, it's a way to muddy the waters. Let's see the rest of this right here.
Frankly, folks, this is not about that. This is about politics. This is about 2024, period.
And I agree with that 100%. I will link to that particular video and articles and everything else in the description. But there you have it. Trump has responded to the third and probably not final indictment. Like I said, the first one, that was Alvin Bragg. And as I said in the previous video, Alvin Bragg, what he did was just open the gates up. They knew what they were going to do. And the timing is no coincidence. It's no coincidence. They're doing all this right now in 2023, right when everybody's announcing that they're going to be the candidate, right when the 2024 campaign is getting off to a start. Why wouldn't they do all this action in 2021? This is not anything new that's going on. Everything that's being alleged right now, all the indictments are based on things that happened in the year 2021 or before. Classified documents that had to have been 2021 at the latest because he had to have been the president, and then have documents, take them out. So that was 2021. January 6th, that was January 6th, 2021. And then the whole thing with Stormy Daniels was in 2015, 2016, at the latest, 2017. So everything that's going on right now happened at the latest in 2021, but it's 2023, and they're just now trying to charge him. Why? It's because the campaign is just now starting. This is the time to do it. So when people go to the polls and they're voting in the primary, they're voting in the general, they may think, oh, well, he about to get locked up and I ain't going to vote for him. Or it's going to leave a sour taste in their mouth. They're going to say, this guy's a criminal, this guy's a crook. Although there doesn't appear to be much evidence to say that he is a crook or anything like that. I mean, look, January 6th, they already impeached him and he beat it. So if you were charged for a thing and you were found not guilty, essentially, then you get charged again. Why would anybody think that there's all of a sudden brand new evidence? And at a certain point, people understand what double jeopardy is. Now, although that may not be the case here, people are going to think it a little bit if they get presented with the information, if they're told, as I close, that, hey, he already had the impeachment in 2021 for January 6th, and they're trying to indict him on January 6th now in 2023. They're going to be like, well, how does that really work? Didn't he already beat it? Exactly. This is exactly the reason why he is gaining in numbers with every single indictment. And that's why he said, give me that fourth one, I'll go ahead and seal the deal. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about what Trump said here? His reaction to the indictment, as far as D.C. being filthy, that's 100% true. A lot of these major cities has become very filthy ever since Trump left office in 2021. The lack of broken windows policing, the rise of defunded police and things of that nature, that's going to cause the city to decay very rapidly. But whatever your thoughts are on that, let me know in the comments below. How you feel about the legal spokesperson, Alina Habba? Was she saying things that were on point, off point? Whatever your thoughts are on her and him, y'all let me know in the comments. You guys know where I'm at. What Trump said here was right on point. This is obvious political persecution, prosecutorial misconduct at best, straight just criminal activity, election interference at worst. The things that they are accusing Trump of doing, others have been accused of doing, and there were slaps on the wrist at best when an investigation happened and it was concluded that it did do it. Hillary Clinton, again, I say it, the FBI director, Jim Comey, went on TV and said, well, hey, there's enough there for some charges, but we're not going to do anything like that. Nobody reasonable will bring forth these charges, but Trump does not get that same level of grace. And it's clear why, because he's a threat, he's a problem, and they simply do not want him to get back in the White House, period, point blank. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.